Hello friends, welcome to our channel. This is Prithvi. Today we are going to discuss how Chief Justice of India is appointed. Let us also discuss the facts and controversies. Before watching this video, please subscribe to the channel. Coming to the appointment of the Chief Justice of India, the Constitution says that every judge of Supreme Court shall be appointed by the President by warrant under his hand and seal. It means the appointment of judges and the Chief Justice of India is vested with the executive itself, and they will be holding the office till they reach the age of 65 years. And the long practice of appointing Chief Justice of India is that the senior most judge of the Supreme Court is usually appointed as the Chief Justice of India whenever the vacancy occurs. And in the year 1958, Law Commission of India criticized this practice that CJI should not only be an able and experienced judge, but also a competent administrator, because CJI heads the judicial wing in the country. Naturally, he must not be expert of the judicial matters, but also he must be holding a sufficient knowledge in the administration also. That is the reason why Law Commission had clearly recommended to the government that seniority cannot be the sole criteria. But government did not act upon this recommendation. It continued to appoint senior most judge as the CJI, as it was afraid that it might be accused of tampering with the judicial procedure. For the first time, the departure to the convention happened in the year 1973. As per the convention, the senior most judge is usually appointed as a CJI. Were this convention followed, Chief Justiceship would have been accorded to Justice Shailett, Justice Hegde, and Justice A.N. Grover. But Justice A.N. Ray had superseded these three senior most judges of Supreme Court and was appointed as the Chief Justice of India of that times. Thus, Justice Shailett, Justice Grover, and Justice Hegde had resigned to their posts as the Supreme Court judges. And the Indira Gandhi government has faced huge allegations that in the Keshwananda Bharati case, the three senior most judges had stood on the side of majoritarian verdict, whereas the minority verdict was actually supported by Justice A.N. Ray and Justice M.H. Beg, and they were rewarded for their position by the government by appointing them as a Chief Justice of India by superseding the senior most judges of that times. In the Keshwananda Bharati case, it was a landmark verdict where it has placed certain restrictions upon the amending power of the parliament by the doctrine called basic structure. And subsequently, Justice A.N. Ray was appointed as the Chief Justice. In the second instance, in the second departure that has happened in the year 1976, where Justice M.H. Beg was appointed as the Chief Justice of India by superseding Justice Khanna, who was the senior most judge of that times. In a protest against the appointment of Justice M.H. Beg, who was a junior to Justice Khanna, Justice Khanna had tendered his resignation. And again, the restoration of the convention has happened in the year 1978 by the appointment of Justice Y.V. Chandrachud, who was the senior most judge of that times. And let us conclude how the procedure must be. In the context of India, it is best to adhere to the convention of appointing the senior most judge as a CJI. The same convention was respected from the year 1978 from the appointment of the Justice Y.V. Chandrachud as a Supreme Court CJI. This will avoid any suspicion that government seeks to tamper with the judicial procedure. Also, when government has discretion to appoint a CJI, there is no guarantee that best man for the post will always be appointed. So eventually, Justice Ramana is appointed as the 48th Chief Justice of India. Thank you. If you have any queries, please place in the comment box under the video. Thank you so much.